play a 3-5 defense here at Bacon County, and that's what we're lined up in. 3 down linemen. Number 11 going to come and oh, hey, who was that? Number 30. Ooh, what a lick. Demetrius Williams just took number 11 and just tore him up and said, welcome to Bacon County, my friend. Shift to it. Jacob's going to grab the ball, going to hand it off to Wesley Carter on the counter. Who's got the edge?
Great blocking out here.
15 to 10 to 5. Touchdown, number 32, Wesley Carter. And Jules back in at quarterback, going to shift Carver to his right. Going to take the snap, going to put it in his belly. And he's going to throw it up. Number 10 got him. Touchdown. What a pass by Jewel.
Perfect.
To Ignacio Washington. Already got a 4th down. Carver's going to take the snap and he bounces outside and he's got some room. He's down across the 20. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Raiders! Your first touchdown of the season by we play a 3-5 defense here at Bacon County, and that's what we're lined up in. 3 down linemen. Number 11 going to come and oh, hey, who was that? Number 30. Ooh, what a lick. Demetrius Williams just took number 11 and just tore him up and said, welcome to Bacon County, my friend. What a lick. Demetrius Williams just took number 11 and just tore him up and said, welcome to Bacon County, my friend. going to grab the ball, going to hand it off to Wesley Cochran on the counter, who's got the edge.
Great
He's
blocking
at
out
the 20
here.
to 15 to 10 to 5. Touchdown, number 32, Wesley Cochran. Jules back in at quarterback, going to shift Carver to his right, going to take the snap, going to put it in his belly, and he's going to throw it up. Number 10, got him, touchdown. What a pass by Jules.
Perfect.
To Ignacio Washington. Goes in and out because we're having to move our camera.
Back, everybody. The rain is beginning to cease, and we haven't seen lightning in a few minutes, so hopefully it won't be long before we'll get this game underway. But, Matt, concerning tonight's game, Pierce County was 8-2 last year with the regular season. They went on and lost to Washington County in the quarterfinals.
A.J. Gray.
Yeah.
He's at Georgia Tech now. Played some last night.
Yeah, A.J. Gray was just too much for him. He's one of the finer high school quarterbacks that I've seen, and surprisingly, he's not going to play quarterback at this level.
Defensive back.
He's playing defensive back. That's right. He was also I think he was a 3 or a 4-star defensive back coming out of high school. But Pierce County can throw it around. Now, they have graduated a lot of folks from last year's team, and I think they're going to be like they always have been. They're going to be methodical. Bacon County is ranked number 20 in the state of Georgia in AA, and Pierce County right now is ranked number 8 in AAA. So you get an idea of where the programs are at as far as this year's concerned. I don't know how far up we would move if we can upset Pierce County tonight, but
definitely help our cause.
It would definitely help our cause, and so that's what I'm looking forward to. I have full intentions and full belief that tonight we're going to come in here and we're going to shock this area by putting Pierce County down. That's my belief. I feel it in my heart, and that's what I'm going to hold on to.
Definitely the best chance in the last several years that we've had against Pierce County as far as matchups on our offense and defense. And so I'm very excited if we can ever get this thing started. We'll let you know as soon as we get a time for kickoff. The fans are starting to pile back in. The sky is opening up. As we look up to our left, we see a nice little rainbow and promise from the Lord. It looks good. And I tell you what, I think that the weather will work in our favor tonight if you're worried about that, because every morning at 5 a.m., 5:30,
our guys, our quarterbacks, our wide receivers, the whole team has to fight the dew on the ball, so we're kind of used to playing with a wet ball. And the fact that Pierce County throws the ball around a lot, it's a lot harder to throw a wet ball versus a dry ball.
That's exactly right, and that is a very good point. We do play on a wet field and practice on a wet field every single day, and that is going to be more normal to us than playing on a dry field. So that's a very good point, Matt. In the region, we've got Bryan County at Claxton tonight. Groves is playing New Hampstead. Jeff Davis plays North Cobb Christian. They're driving up to North Cobb. And then we've got Benedictine that is open. Long County is also open tonight. McIntosh County Academy is at Liberty County.
And they are the sleeper in our region this year, McIntosh has got a lot of athletes and a brand-new coach. And that's the team we want to watch on our schedule the most.
Well, last year they were loaded with athletes. We just couldn't figure out why their schedule was, or their record was as bad as it was. And then big things happening over in Toombs County as Vidalia takes on Toombs. That's
a nasty rivalry.
That's a nasty rivalry. Toombs without their star player Nick McBride, who's been lost for the season because of a car wreck. The kid's okay, but he broke a wrist, had a back break, so he's not going to be back. But Toombs, I think, is a team that's beginning to come back a little bit. They've had a lot of coaches, different things come and go over in Toombs, but I'm hearing from some people over in Toombs County that Toombs County is beginning to turn the corner and come back a little bit. Ware County, right down the road, is open tonight, as is Coffee County, that is open tonight, and those two teams play each other next week in a big region contest over in Douglas. That's going to be big. And right down the road, Appling County is playing Jenkins tonight. So there's a little bit of a rundown of some of the games that's going on in our area. We'll try to keep you up with scores as we get them, and we'll let you know what's going on with them.
And if you're listening to the NFHS network of the live broadcast, if you go out at any point due to bad weather, it's because of the weather with the cameras. You can tune in to 93.5 The Eagle and listen to a live broadcast there. And we're going to take a quick break, go back to the studio, and we're going to be around for a while tonight to talk football. You're listening to 93.5 The Eagle. Got a fourth down. Carver's going to take the snap, and he bounces outside, and he's got some room. He's down across the 20. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Raiders! Your first touchdown of the season by him up and said, "Welcome to Bacon County, my friend."
it. Jacob's going to grab the ball, going to hand it off to Wesley Coffin on the counter, who's got the edge.
Great
He's
blocking
at the 20
out
to
here.
15 to 10 to 5. Touchdown, number 32, Wesley Coffin. Jules back in at quarterback, going to shift Carver to his right, going to take the snap, going to put it in his belly, and he's going to throw it up. Number 10, got him, touchdown! What a pass by Jules
Perfect.
to Ignacio Washington.
93.5. For all you Pierce County fans, we welcome you over here. And for all you Bacon County fans, we hope we send the Pierce County fans home not only wet, but with a loss.
Oh, that would be lovely. Let's talk a little college football as it kicked off last night. And I don't know about you, but I was locked in the house, 2 TVs rolling, enjoying me some college football. I was able to celebrate the mother-in-law's birthday. You always got to throw that in there. But we did it watching football.
Can I ask you something, Matt? Are you like me? Do you feel the same way I do? The opening day of college football needs to be a national holiday.
A national holiday.
Everybody needs to take off, fire up the grills, cook the steaks.
I'm going to get a lot of slack from what I'm about to say, but the national holiday, all women go shopping and all men stay at home and watch football.
You did open yourself up to take a lot of slack. Let's talk a little bit about college football. What went on last night? We had one of our very own, Drell Green, who plays at Western Kentucky, the Hilltoppers. He was there last night, made the travel squad as a freshman, and got in and was able to play on some special teams, and was able to had a couple of tackles. That's right.
And a big upset to Vandy
in Vandy's place. I've always kind of pulled for Vandy. They're the brainiacs of the Southeastern Conference, and they're playing in a league that is such a tough league. Derek Mason, I think he's an outstanding defensive mind. You could tell their defense was very good. He's took over the coordinator job again this year as a coordinator. But Vandy football, and I don't know, it's hard to say this, but they look like they're getting worse.
Yeah, this year in college football all the way across the board, we were talking earlier today, lack of quarterback play is going to be key. And a lot of teams that you've been used to seeing good quarterbacks, they're just not out there this year. And that's where Vandy lost it last night. You hate to put it on one person, but 2 interceptions in the end zone, just like the North Carolina's quarterback Williams, big number 12, and he's a senior. I mean, bottom line is those quarterbacks, if they play better and make the plays, they win. TCU, number 2 team in the nation, boy, they did not look impressive at all last night. What did you think about being number 2 ranked? TCU.
Well, I saw some stuff on Facebook today, and, of course, us Georgia fans, we carry a chip on our shoulder sometimes anyway, but if Georgia had played that sloppy and was ranked number 2 in the country, we'd have fell out of the top 10. Now,
probably top 25.
Well, ESPN, they love TCU, and they love what's the old Southwestern Conference over there. They love that, and but the quarterback Boykin from TCU, you can tell he's a rare talent. He's a very talented guy, but the rest of the TCU team was not impressive to me very much, and I was very impressed with Minnesota. And I like the fact that Minnesota's coming around, and in the Big Ten they're making a push to be playoff contenders every year. And I like it when schools that traditionally have not had or been very competitive begin to make strides to be competitive.
Yeah, Minnesota looked very good defensively. Defense wins championships. That's what's always been said, and it's always been true. Just like an offense that's in the Super Bowl or in the championship is usually an offense that can run the ball very heavy and control the line of scrimmage. That's just the name of the game. Let's talk about our number 9 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Kick off tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
Against Louisiana Monroe. This is the same team or the same university that a few years ago upset Alabama on opening night or opening day. And it was a shocker. It reminded me kind of the way the Mountaineers shocked the Appalachian State Mountaineers shocked Michigan a few years ago. And, of course, it's just recently in the last couple of years, Georgia Southern went down into the swamp and beat Florida. So there's always a chance for upsets when you can play the game all day long on paper, but it's what takes place between the lines that really matter. And if you have a few turnovers or you come in a little bit flat, especially with somebody like a smaller school like Louisiana Monroe, if Georgia doesn't get out there and take care of business, then we could find ourselves in for a ball game. But I did see where the predictions are 99% chance that Georgia wins tomorrow.
Well, sure. When you've got Nick Chubb and Sonny Michel and a returning offensive line, that's what you're going to say. But Mark Richt was quoted today in an article that they're not going to be intimidated by no means. But you brought it up. They were able to beat Alabama a few years back, and so they're not going to be intimidated by our fans, by our Nick Chubb, number 27. They're going to come out and play. Mark Richt was also quoted in saying that Georgia team is probably the lightest team that he's ever had at Georgia. Does that concern you a little bit about our dogs?
Well, it does concern me when it gets down on the goal line, but I guess the mindset there is if we're big and fast, if we're able to move around, then maybe they don't get the opportunity to get to the goal line. With these spread offenses, teams are relying more and more on speed, but it's like everything else. We're sticking with the play action pass, and most of the teams we see it that make it to the championships. You'll have a team every now and then that runs a spread or a wide open offense that winds up making it to the big games. But most of the time, you've got to have play action, some way to freeze the linebackers from flying around, and that's why you continue to see in the pros the play action pass game. That's why you hear names like Brady. You hear names like Peyton Manning. You hear names like Andrew Luck. These are pro-type quarterbacks that play a pro-style offense where it's run the ball and establish the pass and play good, solid defense. And the play action, to me, has always been and will always be the premier offense.
No doubt about it. Off the field, the Bulldogs had a big day today as we had a four-star commit, which is pretty big for us, in Elijah Holyfield. He's a 5'11", 205-pound running back. Talk to us a little bit what you know about him and how excited you are that he committed to the Dogs.
Well, I'm very excited about this commitment. This is the son of Evander Holyfield, the heavyweight champion. And if he's anything like his daddy, who was always the guy that went in there, was not supposed to win, but just pure heart is what caused Evander Holyfield to win. He was never the best boxer. He never had the biggest knockout punch, but he was the guy at the end of the match that always got his hand raised. That's the kind of guy that he is. And Elijah Holyfield, quite frankly, Georgia has kind of turned off looking and talking to any of the running backs. We may have a few more that we're looking at, but when Holyfield started coming, Georgia became excited about it, and I think he was the number one running back on Georgia's board. And I know that the University of Georgia is glad to have him, along with the other weapons that we've got coming in. That's 17 commits this year for the University of Georgia.
He's a ESPN top 100. I think he was number 181 on ESPN's list. He had 32 scholarship offers. He had some from Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Miami, several teams like that. So that's always a big win for us against our rivals to get somebody like Evander Holyfield. Georgia Southern is playing at West Virginia tomorrow, and boy, I would love nothing more than the Eagles of Georgia Southern to upset West Virginia.
Me too. I played at Furman, and Georgia Southern was our greatest rival, but quite frankly, Georgia Southern is a South Georgia team, and I love it when they are competitive, and they are on the up and up. Only a couple years now in Division I football, and Georgia Southern is nothing to sneeze at. They're like Georgia Tech is. They have that offense that nobody plays against all year long, and then all of a sudden they have to gear up for that offense. I would love nothing more than for the Georgia Southern Eagles to go into West Virginia tomorrow and score a big upset. That would just tickle me, and I know it would tickle all of us South Georgia fans, football fans, real, real good.
That's right, and we still are awaiting a time for kickoff, but all the fans from Pierce County, that ugly blue and gray is sitting across the way from us, and the red and black is still piling in. Our student sections it's camo night because we're bear hunting tonight here in Alma, Georgia, and we just ask that you bear with us and stay tuned because we're going to get the kickoff started hopefully within the next hour. You're listening to 93.5 The Eagle. Got a fourth down. Carver's going to take the snap, and he bounces outside, and he's got some room. He's down across the 20. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Raiders! Your first touchdown of the season by... We play a 3-5 defense here at Bacon County, and that's what we're lined up in. 3 down linemen. Number 11 going to come, and oh, hey, who was that? Number 30. Ooh, what a lick. Demetrius Williams just took number 11 and just tore him up and said, welcome to Bacon County, my friend. Jacob's going to grab the ball, going to hand it off to Wesley Carter on the counter, who's got the edge.
Great blocking out here.
15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, number 32, Wesley Carter. And Jules back in at quarterback, going to shift Carver to his right. Going to take the snap, going to put it in his belly. And he's going to throw it up. Number 10 got him. Touchdown. What a pass by Jewel.
Perfect.
To Ignacio Washington.
We've fought the weather now, and things are beginning to clear up. We've had a rainbow overhead, which is a promise from the good Lord, and we're excited about football that's about to take place. I want to take just a minute and then tell all my friends that are out there. I'm constantly getting texts. It's good to have Les Evans, Todd Veal, who sits over on the Pierce County side, some of my buddies that I graduated with. We got folks in Douglas listening to us, Scott Moore and his son Jordan. Jordan played football with Matt. Scott's one of my dear friends. I just wanted to give a shout-out to these guys that are listening to us. And before the game started, we had someone come up to us who was living in North Carolina that is here visiting family, and they were listening to us on their iPhone app last week, 93.5 The Eagle. So if you're out there and you are running out of range, you can find us in your iPhone, your smartphone app, listen to us as you travel. What better way to spend a Friday afternoon if you're traveling this Labor Day weekend than listening to some good old South Georgia football?
Listening to the QB and Rev, Shane Bennett. Shane's down there working hard, getting a few interviews. We'll hear from him in just a few moments. Just got an update. We'll be warming up in just about a little over 5 minutes. And they say in about 35 minutes we'll have a kickoff here. So that's good news. We're only 35 minutes away from kickoff. And do you remember? We're going to go back Throwback Thursday or Flashback Friday, whatever you want to do. Do you remember a couple of years ago, Clinch County game when monsoon hit?
That was one of the worst rainstorms that I've been in as far as football was concerned. Actually, on the Clinch County side of the field, there was a puddle, a deep puddle, that ran out about 10 or 15 yards onto the field, and I actually had to wait for the drainage for it to drain before we could get the game started. Of course, if it's going to rain, it's going to rain in Clinch County, Georgia.
That's
one of the wettest places on earth, and
we played very well that night. That's kind of where I wanted to get to on that, because we come out after the delay. We're always worried what your team's going to do and how they're going to respond. And we have a few guys on this team tonight, Carver and Ametris, that were with us that year as freshmen, wasn't they?
They sure were. We missed, if you remember, a field goal at the end of the game to win it. We had a chip shot field goal and missed it, and that was the game, But things have changed since then, and we've went up a division. Now we're not single A anymore. We're double A, and we're playing a totally different schedule than what we were a few years ago. But still playing a good brand of football down at Clinch County as always. Their names, them and Charlton County, are always at the top of the list. Speaking of Charlton County, we travel down into the swamp next week to take on the Charlton County, or the University of Charlton Indians down there, and we play them, and they play us tough every year.
Yeah, and we go on a long road stretch there starting next week at kickoff at 7:30 down there. A few scores we have from around the area as everybody else has kicked off and going. Turner County 6-0 over Dooley County. The Lee County Trojans 7-7 over Worth County Rams. Tiff County Blue Devils 7-0 over Luella. Bainbridge is 6-0 on over Cairo, and we're still awaiting some scores from around the region. And a lot of good games going on tonight, a lot of openers. But like you said, the big game probably for this area next week is going to be the Coffee County Ware game, and that's going to be in Coffee this year. Last year, a lot of controversy around that game as a late intentional grounding was called on Coffee as they were driving late. And so I know that the fans from Coffee County and Douglas, Georgia, is looking forward to a little bit of revenge down there.
Well, I know that's exactly right, and I've already said it, and I don't think it takes a genius to figure out that game next week with Coffee and Ware could very well decide the region champion in that particular region. And I think Camden County is taking on Glenn County tonight, and Glenn County's got a couple of Division I prospects that play for them, and of course Camden. They're good every year. It's just going to be an exciting game over there. So we've got good football that's happening here in South Georgia.
The old ball coach, Coach Garrison, is it Pooh Garrison?
Yeah,
I can't even. Hildrick Garrison, old Coach Pooh, is taking on big rivalry tonight. Cook County and Berrien, and Cook's up on top of them in the first quarter, 10-0 over there. So wish him the best of luck as he's back in South Georgia. Yeah,
he spent 1 year up at Carrollton. Now he's back in South Georgia. And Carrollton, who got Ed Dudley from Ware County, who moved up there, they've fallen on hard times. I wonder if Coach Dudley doesn't wish that he was back down in the friendly confines of the swamp there at Ware County at Memorial Stadium. Well, guys, we're going to take just a few minutes. It won't be long before our teams will be warming up, and we're going to take a few minutes break, and then we'll be coming back with you. Excited about what's fixing to take place, this war of attrition, as the gladiators strap it on and go to war here in Bacon County. You're listening to Raider Football, Red Raider Football on 93.5 The Eagle. We've got a treat for us. Shane Bennett, who is our eyes on the field for our family vision care. Eyes on the field has got athletic director Mike Thompson. Shane?
Hey, Raider Nation, I got athletic director Mike Thompson here. We're going to talk a little bit about what actually the format is for us with the weather delay, what we can do, what we can't do. Coach, what is right now, what status are we in as far as game time when we can play? Is there a chance that the game can get canceled now? Just give a little insight of what's going on.
Well, Shane, all of those things could possibly happen. One thing that could happen is certainly if we get all clear, the coaches have agreed to about a 35-minute warm-up period in all pads and to be ready to go then. The other thing that could happen is we could just call it off tonight and come back tomorrow. I mean, we hate to lose this crowd we've got here tonight, and we would like to see them. We'd like to see this game played because certainly we need the gate for sure. But right now, because we're in different classifications, the game hadn't started. The 2-hour delay period has not taken effect yet. Only when the game actually starts would we go under a 2-hour cumulative delay.
Coach, does that matter on a Friday as far as it being on the weekend and all?
Because we're in different classifications. If this were a region ball game, we could stay here till daybreak to play. But right now we're under 11:30 curfew. If the game were to get started and if we might not could get the game in, the referees with the coaches' agreement could shorten quarters and, do something like that. But we would definitely have to be out by 11:30 if we started the game because that is in the Georgia High School Association Constitution and bylaws. Now, if we were, like I said, if we were in the same region, same classification, we could stay and play the game. But hopefully we're going to get a break here shortly. We certainly hope we get this game in. We need to get it in. If not today, most definitely tomorrow. I know talked to Coach Kofer, and Coach Kofer said come back tomorrow, maybe around 11 o'clock and play. But, of course, certainly that would have to be agreeable to Pierce County. Of course, it is our game, so,
All right, guys, that's where we're at right now. And, again, it'll just be a 35-minute warm-up. It'll be a lot faster than normally starting the game. And the levels that we have to look at on the lightning detector have to be at 2.0. We're about 3 right now. Actually, we're at 2.4. So we're real close to going to all clear here before too much longer.
Well, that's very, very good news, Shane. Thank you. A 2.4 versus a 2.0, and just a few minutes ago it was at 6.8. So we're excited. It looks like we're going to have some football here, and I know everybody's in the stands. We're just waiting for the players to come out here and begin to warm up. And I actually see the Pierce County team. They're standing outside of the gymnasium over there where their locker room is, and people continue to flood in. I know Bacon County stands are getting full, and they're full across the field. Even some of the extra stands that we have brought in is beginning to fill up, and we got students and fans lined up along the fence that surrounds the field. So we're excited about football that's going to take place here. And Matt, if you want to give us a little bit of an update on some of the scores that you may have as you're looking those things up. I want to thank all of our sponsors that sponsor us each and every week here for the Red Raider broadcast. We've got Family Vision Care. We've got Richmond Baking Company. We have DLE and Sons, among many other sponsors. First Baptist Church. I know I'm going to miss some. We're going to come back and get them in a few minutes. Family Vision Care. All of these are great sponsors for us. And as I look around us, some of the businesses that sponsor the football team as far as our Boosters Club is concerned. We've got Alma Church of God. We've got First Baptist Church. We've got Bacon County Hospital. Jay's IGA, just goes on and on. One thing that I found about the people of Bacon County, they are very interested in supporting our kids and supporting our athletic program. And that's one of the exciting things about Bacon County. We've got a brand new school over here, and we've got a brand new field, brand new softball fields, brand new baseball fields, and all of these things just add to the excitement of Bacon County, who's been down for a while, but we're beginning to turn the corner, and things are beginning to happen good for Bacon County. We're going to see some businesses start to come back, and I know the people of Bacon County are excited about what's going on.
All right, a few scores for you. North Cobb, Christian, Jeff Davis are still 0-0. in the first quarter. Pierce County apparently is up 7-0 on Bacon County, according to this app. I think we have some haters. I think they're getting tired of seeing the Bears flying in our stands by our student section, which actually I love. Bryan County, no score on that. Let's see, right down here, Vidalia is up 14-0 on Toombs County. That being played, obviously, at Toombs. I believe that's at Toombs this year. So that's a big game right down the road. Fitzgerald up on Irwin County, 7-0 for all you Pick'em fans out there that had to pick Fitzgerald or Irwin. And I think I went with the Purple Hurricanes tonight. So that's a few scores. We're looking like we're getting ready. The lights are glaring on the field. That BC is lit up real nice, the green grass. And the teams are looking like that they're getting ready at the field houses. And just stay tuned with us. We'll have a kickoff before long. You're listening to 93.5 The Eagle.
We're in our black hats. We've got our red tops and black pants tonight, and we're excited about this game about to get underway. We see our kickers are coming out, beginning to kick, and we're only going to take about 30 minutes worth of warm-ups, which is a little bit short compared to the times that we normally take. So looks like football is going to get underway.
Go Raiders!
We are all clear. Yeah, I'm beginning to feel the vibe, and I'm excited about the game of attrition that is about to take place.
That's right. We're excited. Just walking up, actually running up these stadium stairs. I'm out of breath. Need to get back in it. But the fans are excited. They're piling in here. They're still coming, man. They're still around down by the concession stands. And they're getting ready for kickoff here, as this is a huge game for us tonight. And I just hope we come out and play very, very well.
We've got all kind of technology out here. We got things floating around in the sky that's taking pictures. And our student section, I don't know that I've ever seen our student section is pumped up. They've been ready to play football for the last hour.
I don't know. Can you see them? They're in camo tonight. They're blending in.
Hey.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to hear from our Eyes on the Field, brought to you by Family Vision Care, Shane Bennett. But right now, we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to 93.5, The Eagle. Listening to 93.5, The Eagle, the QB here. Alongside of me is Rev, whatever you want to call him, the pastor, the preacher, the man who feels the fire, whatever you want to call him. And we're excited about kickoff. The coaches are hugging each other up, shaking hands. The players are warming up. We haven't seen Pierce County yet. I guess they don't need to necessarily warm up their team. They're making their way there. And we're going to go down to our Eyes on the Field, brought to you by Family Vision Care. Shane, what do you got down there?
Hey, guys, I talked to Coach Cofer a while ago. The big thing is when you got a weather delay or any kind of delay like this is, you get up for a big moment and then it just kind of dissipates. But these guys are some kind of focused. I'm telling you, Demetrius Williams, big man, said, Coach Shane, man, we're ready to play football. I don't care when it is or how long it is. We just want to play football. We want to play Pierce County. We want to do it now. So I think the worrying about getting these kids up, I don't think that's going to be an issue right now.
Well, Pierce County's come out. If you get the picture here, they've got blue hats on, which is a little bit different than what they've been wearing in the last couple of years. They really look kind of like an old school Indy or Baltimore Colts, Indianapolis Colts type team. That's the way their uniforms look. They got white tops, blue pants with blue tops and a silver P on the side of their head. And they've got a little bit, probably about twice as many players as we do. But you know what? You can only put 11 on the field at a time. And this is not as athletic a Pierce County team as what I've seen in the past.
At least that's what you say right now until we see them on the field. But no, watching their highlights, that's what everybody says. I will say this, the old head ball coach from over there at Pierce County is a very, very good ball coach, done a lot of good things. One of the things that he did not do very well this week is he kind of called Bacon County out this week and said that he didn't think that we would have a lot of trouble with the Red Raiders this week. So I'm hoping that our guys take that as motivation. And nothing against that coach, but sometimes things come out of that mouth that need to stay in.
Well, I can tell you this much. When I played football, if somebody ever challenged me like that, it made me that much more furious to play in football. And this may offend some casual fans, but football, having been a football player and been around the game for many, many years, football is a game that can only be played with a controlled rage. You can't be nice when you're on the football field. You don't have to play dirty, but you've got to want to knock that guy that is across from you. You want to knock his head off. And if you are not willing to be a physical football player, then, there's other sports for you. Football that's why they put helmets on. That's why I put shoulder pads on and everybody's padded. It is meant to be physical. People are meant to be hit, and that's just the way you win games. So when somebody gives you a little bit of extra ammunition to fire you up where you want to hit a little bit harder, run a little bit faster, that's just something. I would rather a coach just be quiet than say something that would fire up another team.
That's why you just strap it on. You play in between the lines, in between the fences, whatever, on Friday night at 7:30, and you let the boys take care of business. But you're going to have two well-coached ball teams to look forward to a good game tonight. It could be a shootout. It could be a defensive battle. Like we said earlier, if you're just joining in, we feel like that some of the keys for Bacon County tonight is to keep the ball away from Pierce County and their stud quarterback, number 3, Stetson Bennett, and maybe feed Jacob Carver a lot. And defensively, our secondary is going to have to play very, very well. So we're about a little under 33 minutes here before kickoff. We're going to take a quick break. You're listening to 93.5 The Eagle.
And we're excited about getting this game on. We're going down to our Eyes on the Field, sponsored by Family Vision Care. Shane, what you got?
Well, guys, I kind of want to clear up the whole confusion about the lightning detection system that Bacon County School District put in. In the past, the handheld units used on the sidelines, the coaches used to hold. Once we got an all clear from there, we had to wait a 30-minute period before we could get an all clear and go back to play ball. But with this system, as soon as we get an all clear, which we do have now, we're good to play ball. So after this about a 30, 35-minute warm-up, we'll be ready to strap it on and go for it. And like you said, the electricity down here in the field is just unreal right now for a high school football game. This is what it's all about.
Fantastic. This is why they call it Football Friday Nights. And, they're always talking about Friday Night Lights and Texas football, but I can tell you South Georgia football is every bit as electric and exciting as Texas football is. And Georgia, along with Texas, California, and Florida, produce more pro football players than any other state, and we're by far the smallest state, but we're right up there with the numbers, and the reason is because we take our football serious. You can talk about anything you want to, but you better leave our football, our women, and our church alone.
Amen to that. You're looking down at the field, Bacon County to our left side here. You're working on the kickoff, coming together for team offense right now. In their black helmets, red top, black pants tonight. Look just like some Georgia Bulldogs. It looks good. That red and black, you can't beat it. Pierce County in their blue helmets, like you said earlier, nice shiny blue helmets with their white top and blue bottoms, and they're warming up. Quarterbacks are throwing. Coaches are getting loose. That old Stetson, number 3 quarterback for Pierce County, you're going to hear his name a lot. Looks like he's got a pretty good arm from where we're sitting. But I can tell you this, there's one thing I know at playing the quarterback position. If you're on your butt or your back, you can't throw the ball.
Or if you're hearing footsteps, just 1 or 2 times. To me, tonight, one of the keys is going to be Pierce likes to run up underneath the linebackers and kind of pick you apart. They depend
Crossers.
heavily. They depend heavily on their slot receivers. They will throw one deep on occasion just to keep you honest, and then they'll turn around and hand the ball off. So they have a well-rounded type offense. But if our linebackers can light up some of these crossing receivers here and get them thinking when they come across, get them to wondering, am I going to get hit again? That's one of the keys, I think, to taking away a big part of what Pierce County does is the underneath crossing routes.
Yep, just being physical. A few scores here that we have. North Cobb Christian 7, Jeff Davis 7. That is in the second quarter of play there. Vidalia 21-0, having no problem with Toombs County, as that is a home game for Toombs County. They're in the second quarter as well. Fitzgerald and Irwin tied up 7-7. And for all you Pick'em fans, we have a few more. Thomas County Central 7, Riverdale 7. Turner County taking care of business against Dooley 23-0. Looking down here, Tiff County 22-0 over Luella. Valdosta 7-0 over Swainsboro, and Cook 20-0 over Berrien County, in a big rivalry right across, as our old head ball coach, Coach Pooh, is in a battle for his life. And we're here getting ready very soon as the teams look like they're kind of wrapping their warm-ups up. And I don't know about you, but I am ready to call a football game here on this Friday night in Alma, Georgia. You're listening to 93.5, The Eagle. To Red Raider football, Red Raider radio. We're here at Raider Field tonight, and we've been delayed by the weather, as I'm sure you have figured that out by now. But we've got a packed house here, and we're just itching on the edges of our seats, getting ready for some football. And when you have two offenses like you have tonight, quarterback play is very, very huge. It's very, very big in the execution of it. And our eyes on the field, brought to you by Family Vision Care. Shane Bennett has a little bit on that as he was talking to the coaches about offense and defense. Shane, what do you got?
Yeah, man, I was talking to Coach K, offensive coordinator for the Raiders, and just, what his game plan is, what his thoughts were with Pierce County. And with them being big and physical, he said they're going to get a steady dose of number 1 and number 7 all night long. And if that's working, it may not be a real high-frills offense, but I don't care what it takes against the Dome's kind of his comment. We're gonna run it. But I think we have the ability inside the tackles to run that on them. This is coming from Coach K. So I think you're going to see a lot more of that tonight than you have in the last few games. Defensively, Coach Langford, his main concern defensively was for us, and if we can line up and do our alignments right on defense, making sure that we're in cover 3, if we're in zone or in man, and not getting those things mixed up, and being more disciplined on our side of the ball when this quarterback's going to do a lot of scrambling. He had an 11-second scramble last week and then dumped the ball off. If we can maintain our discipline back there and stay on our man and not let them get behind us, we'll be okay defensively.
Fantastic, Shane. Thank you very much for that insight. And looks to me like we're going to try to stop them offensively by controlling the ball on our offense. And that's always the way you do it. If we can run the ball, eat up the clock, puts a lot more pressure on them to perform. And I look for us to run the ball a lot right across the middle, right over the middle, and see what their linebackers can do with number 7 and, of course, Demetrius Widgeon. Number 7, Jacob Carver.
Well, it shows you how good our coaching staff is in understanding not only their team, understanding the other team, and doing whatever it takes to win. There are a lot of head ball coaches that will stick with their system just out of pride and out of arrogance. But kudos to Coach Ken Kofer and his coaching staff for doing the matchup and doing what it takes to win tonight. And it's gonna be an interesting ball game. To say the less, actually. It's going to be pretty good.
Let me ask you a question. We saw big man Ignacio Washington last week, and I don't know in the secondary if Pierce County is going to have anybody that can run with him. Do you look for us to try to stretch the field with him some tonight?
Well, anytime you have an offense and you're going to focus on running and pounding them up the middle as it appears that we're going to do tonight, what happens is your secondary walks up and everybody walks up and you wind up getting 8 in the box or so. And when that happens, it's good to have the speed that we have in Ignacio. If nothing more, you don't have to complete the pass as long as you show them that you've beat their DB and that there's the chance of that. It backs them off. So always having a weapon like that is big for an offense, especially for Bacon County.
We've mentioned Ignacio Washington. We've mentioned Demetrius Williams, and we've also mentioned Jacob Carver. But we've got other players that are playing their behinds off this year. And Aubrey Carter, number 11, he comes to mind.
Had a really good week last week.
He really had a really good week last week. And we've got young defensive players that are playing very good. We've got Wesley Cothran, who number 32. He also plays a lot on our offense, but he's a steady on our in our linebacker position, and he's actually making his second year worth of starts. He played some as a freshman, but he started last year. So we have some experience. And Jesus Brown, who plays up the middle, I think as our center, he is going to be huge for us tonight. He and Akeem Peterson are going to be huge for us, being run stoppers. Not only that, but also moving the ball up the middle. We just need very, very good line play. And, when we talk football, a lot of times, most of the time it comes down to which offensive line or which defensive line controls the line of scrimmage.
That's right, and we've already mentioned it. The play of our young guys is what it's going to come down to me, one of the keys tonight, because you're going to have to rest Carver. You're going to have to rest some of those big seniors, Ignacio and Aubrey Carter. Don't forget the Jewel kid Dawson Jewell at quarterback, who not only brings a very good arm to the pitcher, he also, as a sophomore, has the ability to see the field, and he's got a little bit of vision when he gets outside of the pocket, so he can make something happen. And the last 2 games, he has had a big, deep bomb thrown to Ignacio Washington at least on one drive, so that may come into play with us.
He is a very, very good quarterback, and we've also got Brody Fitchett, who wasn't able to play last year a lot because of injury, but this year he's making his presence known out wide along with Xavier Hayes. So we do have some playmakers. And we are young, but just because we're young doesn't mean we don't have some talent. You're listening to Red Raider Radio. This is the Rev, Travis Peavy, along with the QB, Matt Peavy, and Shane Bennett, our sideline. We're going back to the studio for a minute. Red Raider Radio on 93.5 The Eagle. In Cofer, an interview. We also want to remind you that we will be coming to you with the play of the game brought to you by ATC Broadband at the end of the game, and we'll try our best to figure out which play made the difference. Last week, I think Shane Bennett said it best when he said that when Demetrius Williams decleated the Lanier County running back, that set the tone for the game, and then it was the win was on, and we wound up winning the game. What was the final? 68-12.
That's right. You can let your friends and family know that they can listen to 93.5 The Eagle 3 different ways, locally on 93.5, worldwide online at www.935theeagle.com, or on your smartphone in the TuneIn radio, and you can type in The Eagle. We're going down to our Eyes on the Field, brought to you by Family Vision Care. And Shane, you're with Coach Ken Cofer. What do you got?
Hey, guys. Yeah, I got Coach here. Coach, this is why you get up in the morning. It's Friday night. It's Pierce County. You've experienced the rivalry. What's going through your mind right now, and how do you feel about tonight?
Oh, I ain't gonna lie, a little nerves. It's always that way. I'm just like one of these kids, until we get one of these plays get done. But just ready. This is a big game for Alma, Georgia, big game for Blackshear. Just good. It's a good time to be a part of this rivalry. Now I've got the experience last year. I can't wait for this one. I'm glad it got to be at home this year in front of our crowd right here. But just ready to go.
All right, Coach. Good luck to you. To get out here with him.
Shane,
guys.
Hey, Shane, do you still feel the electricity down there? Is people ready to get this thing on?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just a focus that, unless you can see their eyes. I mean, I don't, in the past 4 games, you see a little cutting up. I mean, you just don't see it, guys. It's just they're got on their game face. It's all business right now.
Fantastic.
Focus in their eyes. You like to see it as they're finishing up their drills here. Pierce County Bears are already off the field. And as soon as the Bacon County Red Raiders get finished with their warm-ups and get off the field, we'll get our national anthem on the way and our prayer here at Bacon County. Just want to remind you real quick, just a side note, that coming up on September the 20th is National Back to Church Sunday, and we want to encourage you to the church of your choice, the church that you may go to or attend regularly, to be there and bring as many family members as you can. Anybody that needs to know Jesus, that is the most important, number one priority, and we are a nation that still believes in God. Amen?
Amen to that, and I concur with that, and having said that, we're going to go back to the studio for just a minute, and when we come back, we're going to get set for a kickoff here at Red Raider Field as your Bacon County Red Raiders take on the Pierce County Bears. Minutes and 2 seconds left before kickoff here at Bacon County, and everybody's getting set. The men have got their hats turned around the right way now, and they've got their heads set, ready to watch this war of attrition, this gladiator sport that was Larry Munson made so famous when he talked about the gladiators meeting and battling it out, and that's exactly what football is. That's why we love it, and we love the big hits, we love the great catches, and we love the exciting games, and I think that's what we're in store for tonight.
No doubt about it. Pierce County did well traveling as we brought in some extra bleachers this week. They filled up their side of the field, and they're ready to go. The cheerleaders are on the field and getting ready to pull up, what do you call it, the run-through, the big tarp, the big paper, whatever it is, the exciting part of football for the cheerleaders. And Bacon County still finishing up their warm-ups as they're working on their defense here. If you've ever been to any pregame, you know what I'm talking about. And I just ready to get this thing started, Rev. It looks like we got 5 minutes and 50 seconds and ticking here before kickoff, and I don't know if we can start fast enough.
No, it's about time to get it on, and I can't wait to see it take place. I'm watching now as the captains for Pierce County with the referees across the field. They're walking down to the end zone, and then they're going to make their way to midfield. It won't be long before we'll be marching our captains out, and we'll have the meeting in the middle of the field. Before that, we're going to have the national anthem, and we're going to have a prayer here, which we always have here at Bacon County, and we're so thankful that we still have the opportunity to pray and recognize our Lord and Savior.
An updated score from right down the road in Hazelhurst, North Cobb Christian 14, Jeff Davis 13. That is in the start of the third quarter. So Jeff Davis is in a fight. And Jeff Davis is usually the team, the Jackets of Jeff Davis is usually the team that we're always fighting for that 3 and 4th spot with, at least over the last several years.
Well, I've seen Jeff Davis in a scrimmage this year, and they're actually looking very good. They have problems with injury. Last year they lost one of their starting tailbacks for the season in a preseason game, and they have trouble with little nagging injuries and sometimes some major injuries. I know they got one kid over there that's playing through an MCL sprain. They look to be one of the stars on the defense. He's been slowed and hampered. And staying healthy, that's a big thing when it comes to football. If you're a football fan, you know what I'm talking about. One knee injury or one bad injury, and it's out. You're listening to Red Raider Radio. We're going to take a minute break as we listen to the national anthem and prayer, and we'll be back to you in just a moment.
632-632-52.
– 25 seconds till kickoff, and the captains are walking across the field to meet in the middle of the field on the big BC, Bacon County. We've got number 10, Ignacio Washington, who is a senior that's going to be representing us as captain, as well as number 11, Aubrey Carter, who is a quarterback, going to be representing us. And as we look across the field, we can see who do they have for captains there, Matt?
Number 3, Stetson Bennett is one of the big guys, is one of the huge big-time players that they have, quarterback. Number 47, I'm looking down the roster, Chase Royer. I see his number, and there's a couple other numbers that we can't see. They're shaking hands, and we're getting ready for the coin toss here as the Red Raiders to our left are backing up and getting pumped, ready to go. The Pierce County Bears are in their tunnel. They brought a tunnel over here getting ready to run out onto the field, and we're down under 30 seconds here for kickoff tonight, and the field looks good, the crowd looks good, and it's a good day to be a Red Raider.
Well, the field is wet, but it's not soggy. The rain that came was not a very hard rain, just enough to wet the field. So we do have a little bit of humidity, but one of the good things about the rain coming in is hopefully it's cooled it off enough out there on the field that we won't have a lot of cramping problems. As we look, we will be receiving the ball, and we're shaking hands, and we'll be defending the north end zone. If you're looking at us, our north would be to our left. And they'll be defending the south end zone, which will be to their right. So our captains are making their way, both sets of captains making their way to their respective teams, and we're fixing to get this thing on.
Want to give a quick shout out to Ametris Williams. Happy birthday to that man tonight, and we hope he plays very well on his birthday. As the Bears of Pierce County come running through the tunnel, and the Red Raiders walk through, arms locked, side by side. And here come your Raiders.
Oh, boy, it's about time.
Got some nice little flags there for the cheerleaders to run out. And the people here, the fans are ready. They're on their feet chanting for the Raiders. The smoke is clearing from that far sideline of Pierce County. And we're ready for kickoff here in Alma, Georgia.
I don't know of anything that gets my blood pumping anymore as far as athletic events than high school football on Friday night. It's just so exciting. Even when you go to Athens, I love the University of Georgia and go up there several times a year. And I love going to Athens and the game atmosphere that's there before the game and during the game. But I'm going to tell you, there's something about Friday night lights and high school football. It's just pure old talent on the field, just a will and communities that are represented. Our neighbors most of the time that we pull for, but on the football field, we get to take out our frustrations on one another, and that is indeed the case when Pierce County comes to Bacon County, and Pierce and Bacon being longtime rivals.
That's right, and our teams are lined up on the field. Back deep to receive for Bacon County is number 7, Jacob Carver, and number 10, Ignacio Washington. Our front line is set, and Pierce County's kicker is placing the ball down at the 40-yard line, getting ready to kick. Pierce County is set. The kicker's going to throw his hands up in the air, number 6, kicking for Pierce County, and he's going to kick it deep. And it looks like Ignacio Williams is going to take the ball up. He drops the ball and picks it up at about the 2. He's going to cross the 10 and make it just met by a host of Pierce County Bears. And where was the Red Raiders? Come on, you guys.
Well, he dropped the ball, and when he dropped the ball, it broke down. We actually had people on, folks, but you can't hold your blocks for that long. He didn't look it all the way in, and I hope he doesn't have a case of the dropsies. He's had a little bit of trouble concentrating on the ball this year. Maybe that will confirm the fact that he needs to keep his eyes on the ball all the way in.
Bacon County going to come out in their spread. They got doubles. Receivers to the top and to the bottom. Aubrey Carter at quarterback, and standing to his right is Jacob Carver. Going to bark the signals, and he looks to the sideline to get the signals from the coach. And Pierce County in a 4-down front here. Carver going to switch over to his left. Aubrey takes the snap, and he's going to roll to his left. He's going to throw it out to number 10, who catches the ball. And he's across, looks like it's going to be close to a Raiders first down as he's close to about the 18, 19-yard line. And I don't think that was Ignacio. You're going to have to help me out with numbers tonight.
Well, these black numbers on these red shirts and them all the way across the field. And the lights on here in the studio just kind of gives us a glare, and I'm not sure exactly who it was, but we will be getting that straight for you. So we're spread out. We got 3 to the right, and he's going to hand the ball off to Jacob Carver, and here he goes bumbling and stumbling for about a 3-yard gain.
And that's going to bring up second down in about that was a gain of about 2. It would bring up second down and 8 for the Raiders. Carver kind of stumbled on the feet of Aubrey Carter, but kept his balance. The Raiders going to go back to their base formation, which is double receivers to the top and to the bottom. Carver to Carter's right. He's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to his right, throw it out to number 10, who catches the ball. It's complete, and it looks like for a gain of about 4.
He was actually standing real close to the line. I had an opportunity to make a move up the sideline, but he got a little bit too close to the sideline and stepped out when he caught the ball.
We got a host of Raiders coming onto the field, some coming off the field. Carter getting it. It's going to bring up third down and a long third down and 3 for the Raiders. We're at the 27-yard line here early in the first quarter. We've got our stacked shotgun with 2 fullbacks. Going to shift Carver. Going to hand it off to Carver. Nope. Yep. Carver's going to fall forward for
first down.
A first down for the Raiders. As Aubrey put it in the belly of Jacob Carver running across the formation and faked the throw out to Ignacio Washington.
And here
Raiders
we go.
Going to hurry up in their formation. We are in the horseman formation with Carver here, waiting for the chains to get set. Come on, guys. You got to get set for us so that we can move. Takes the snap. Carver going to run to his left, going to fall up into a host. There's a penalty come flying in. Dirty laundry already early after a gain of what, probably 2 on the play?
Yes. Let's see what it looks like. We're going to be retreating. Holding.
That was a strange place to call holding. Maybe it was because we fell on top of one of their defensive linemen. But it's going to be holding on the Raiders. And that'll back us up here early. Ball was on the 30-yard line. And let's see, we're going to see the spot. 10:56 here to go in the first quarter of play as we were delayed by weather. A host of Raiders coming off to the sideline. That puts the ball on the 25-yard line. It'll be first down and 15 for your Raiders. Aubrey Carter looking to the sideline. Pierce County comes out in a 4-down lineman here. And we've got doubles to the top, doubles to the bottom. Come on, guys, let's move. Aubrey going to take it. He's going to roll to his right. He's going to tuck it as he was under pressure from the backside, and he brought down.
That was a good play by Aubrey. Got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep, that's big for a quarterback. He felt the pressure and tried to run the ball as they come on a blitz or something.
Well, I'm not sure that our looked like our receivers was on the same call that we had because some of our receivers really didn't follow through with their routes.
Got trips to our right here. Carter going to send Williams in motion. He's going to drop straight back, and we're going to throw a screen out to number 7, who's got a hole. He's down the sideline across the 50. He's got one man to beat, number 47, and he runs him over. He's at the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Raiders!
Touchdown!
What a run by Jacob Carver.
Great call.
As number 47 tried to stop him, but he would not be denied and literally pushed him to the ground. Touchdown, Raiders, on a great screen call by Coach Ken Kofer, and